Hey guys, it's Monday morning. I am doing a Vinyasa yoga flow this morning. It's been chaotic lately here. So if you guys want to get in and get started, Monday mornings are always chaos. You need to get your mind in the right headspace to get started. So if you want to get started, I'm going to start in a child's pose. I normally always start in a child's pose, but you can start in any grounded position that you want. You could start seated, anything. So I'm going to lean forward, touch my forehead to the ground, and I'm going to reflect inward and focus on my breathing. When you are in this position, just release any tension that is held in your body and reflect inward. Focus on that involuntary breath work and know that while you're focused on this breath work, that the only thing that truly matters right now is you in this space right at this very moment. Forget the outside chatter. Forget the chaos running through your head. Forget everything running in your mind. Because truly, what really matters is your attention to this moment right now, the present moment. When you breathe in, you're going to breathe in, hold it at the top, and release out your mouth. Do it again. And then seal your lips and do it there. And then do that for a few rounds. And then when you're ready, come up to hands and knees. And we're going to do some cat and cow moves. Lift your head up and then tuck your head under and just stretch out your back. And just focus really on feeling what your body is craving. If your body wants to thread the needle, let your body thread the needle. Now, my body needs a lot of stretching because I feel a lot of tension and tightness in my neck and upper back. And yoga will definitely loosen it for you. I'm going to start out with opposite leg and hand out in front. So my right hand is out in front, my left hand foot is out behind. And I'm going to hold it here for a moment just to wake up my abs. Remember reflecting inward on your breath work. And holding it, and then reach behind and grasp, and then hold it here. Now, if you fall back out, just jump back in, because that's how chaotic life is. By the way, excuse my messy room. Stuff has been crazy lately with renovations, and haven't had much time to clean lately, in here at least. All right, then I'm going to do the opposite, right leg back, left arm in front. And I'm going to hold it here to wake up my other abs, my right side. And I'm going to hold it, focusing on my breath work. And then I'm going to reach behind, grab, and hold this pose. And release. And then I'm going to go back to a child's pose for a moment. And I'm going to reconvene, focusing back on my breath work. And I'm going to come up. I'm actually going to start on my stomach this time, and I'm going to do some Supermans. And this is just going to strengthen my upper back. And then lean back down, up, lean down, up, lean down. And you can lift your back legs as well. Or you can keep it just to the front, either way. And then I'm going to do a floor bow and grab for my back feet and stand in this position for a moment and hold it. This will strengthen your upper back. If you're hunched forward all day, it helps with that. All right, and then back up and then into your first downward dog. Now, when you're in your downward dog, walk your dog, do side to side, and basically whatever your body is calling you to stretch out your legs. I'm going to walk my hands back to my feet to a forward fold, half lift, forward fold, stand tall, side bend to the right, stand on your tippy toes, side bend to the left. And I'm going to clasp my hands behind my back, mini back bend, forward fold, and then I'm going to do 2 twists. Twist to the right, back down, twist to the left. And then I'm going to walk it out, and I'm going to do a vinyasa. And then I'm going to go back to a downward dog. Now just walk it out, whatever feels good, and then go back through. Half left, center, side bend to the left, clasp your hands behind your back, mini back bend, forward fold, half left, walk it out for a vinyasa. And I'm going to do it one more time. If you want to do it more, feel free. And then I'm going to walk it back, half lift, forward fold, stand tall, side bend to the right, center, side bend to the left, back bend, forward fold, and then half lift, and then walk it out to a vinyasa. And then we're back in downward dog. So I'm going to lift my right leg high. I'm going to do a fallen star right here. And you tuck your right leg under. You lift your left arm to the sky. And we're going to hold it here just for a moment. Focusing on your breathing. And then I'm going to come back, lift my right leg up, step my right leg through, warrior 1, and then triangle to dragonfly twist to seated split. And then I'm going to do a vinyasa with my right leg lifted. And then on the other side, lift your right leg high, tuck your left leg, tuck your left leg under, lift your right arm to the sky, and hold this pose for a moment. It's really waking up your body and your side abs. Then lift your left leg up. Warrior 1, triangle, dragonfly twist, seated half split. And then vinyasa, lifting your left leg to the sky. And then walk your dog out if you need to. So that was the first part of our flow. I'm going to walk back to do a chair pose. Half lift, forward fold, chair pose, and just hold it here. This is waking up your whole body. Now, the whole intention of yoga is to get you off all the chaos in the outside world and focus on your breath. Breathing is the number one part of yoga, and breathing is the main focus of yoga. And a lot of times in life, we get so busy that we forget to look at what we have right in front of us, which is our breath work that helps us focus on day-to-day chaos in life. And when we forget that we can look inward and we can come back to our breath anytime at any point in our life, life can get busy. We can forget all these things we have going on. And when we really reflect inward at this breath work, we realize that it's the sole purpose of our life. Stand tall, forward fold, half lift, and then vinyasa. Now, you can always leave the vinyasas out if you want to. So I'm going to start back on the right side, lift my right leg high, fallen star, hold it for a moment, and then lift your right leg up, step it through warrior one, triangle, dragonfly twist, seated split, and then we're going to go into airplane. So you're going to balance on your right foot, hands at center, and then arms out with your left leg parallel or pointed to the back of the room, holding this pose for a moment. And then you're going to cross your left leg over your right, temple dancer, twist all the way to the left side so your left elbow can touch the inside of your left foot. And then you're going to lift your left leg out to the side, Padagustasana B. And just hold it for a moment. When your ankle is shaken, you are building strength inside. And then you're going to pull your left foot behind you, lean forward into dancer pose. And then Vinyasa. And then we're going to do those poses on the left side. So I'm going to lift my left leg high, tuck it through, fallen star. Lift your left leg back up, warrior one, triangle, and then dragonfly twist, seated split, and then remember, we're going into airplane with your left leg holding all of the weight. So your left leg down, your right leg behind, hold it parallel, reach out, and focus on balance. And then twist your right leg over your left, temple dancer, twist to the right, and then Padagustasana B, where you pull your right leg out to the right side, gaze up, and then dancer pose where you grab your right foot behind and lean forward. The more you lean, the better the balance. And then Vinyasa. So hopefully your body is feeling it and you are more awake at this moment, because I know I am. Monday morning, sometimes you just go in and it's so chaotic that you can't even barely remember what was I supposed to do. This weekend was so much. And you're just sitting there reflecting inward, and it's just so much chaos that you lose focus. But focusing on your breath work brings you back to where your mind's supposed to go. So we're holding this chair pose here for a moment, and then we're going to do a twist to the right. Gaze follows, stand tall, and then twist to the left. Gaze follows. And then stand tall, back bend, forward fold, and then Vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. And now I'm going to lift my right leg high. I'm going to do fallen star. Lift my left arm to the sky, gaze follows. And then I'm going to lift my left leg high. Step it through warrior one. This time I'm going to do a humble warrior. Clasp your hands behind your back. Bow over your right bent leg. And then I'm going to go into dragonfly twist. And then into seated split. And I'm switching it up this time. So I'm going to do a gate pose. So I'm going to bend my left leg, my right leg out straight, and lean over. This feels so good on your right side body when you do this stretch. Then I'm going to go back to the front, and I'm going to do warrior one, or not warrior one, airplane, warrior three. And then cross your left leg over your right. Twist your elbow over your left foot. Temple dancer as far as you can go. Padagustasana B. Lift your left foot out. And then lean forward for dancer pose. And then back down to a vinyasa with those poses on the other side. So we're going to lift our left leg high. Fallen star, right arm to the sky, gaze follows. And then I'm going to lift my left leg up. Warrior one. And then humble warrior, where you lean in. And then dragonfly twist, seated split. Gate pose, your right leg is bent, left leg out long. And then you feel the stretch. And then warrior three, where you plant your left arm, your left leg, and your right leg floats behind. And your right and your hands go in front of you. And you hold it for a moment. And then temple dancer, where you twist over your right foot to the left. And then Padagustasana B. And then grab your right foot behind you, lean forward, and then Vinyasa. Whew. So now we are going to go into a lunge. So basically lean in side to side here. This stretch is to stretch out your inner thighs. If you're sitting at a desk all day, it really helps you to get up and try doing this frequently. I know it feels good for me. Sometimes your thighs are really tight if they're like mine. But either way, it's a really great stretch. So as your breath begins to go down, we are going to do a crow pose or a headstand, whatever is in your practice. And if you don't, I always say, if you don't try, you can't grow. So I always encourage you to try doing whatever or make a modification if you need to. Headstands are not always easy for everybody, but once you get it, I promise, like all the pressure gets taken off your shoulders and your neck. And it is like an even balance, like you're standing, and doesn't cause any pain. So what I like to do is I like to start on my knees. I might have another tutorial about this, but basically you start on your knees and do whatever inversion you can do, because inversions are so good for your body. So you're going to put your head down. You're going to lift your legs up. And sometimes it feels good when you're in the inversion to just flip your legs opposite ways, just to stretch out your thighs and just to feel the difference, because it really stretches out and elongates your thighs in different areas of your legs, and it feels really good, I'm telling you. And it's like stretches that you probably couldn't do if you were sitting, or you probably could, but it wouldn't feel as good because it's reversing the blood flow. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to show you if you want to put your legs out to either side, that helps as well. But it's really just truly amazing to just try an inversion or just do an inversion. But see, that's what I was talking about. You can stretch out your legs like that, so it feels really good. So the next pose after you get your center of balance back, what we're going to do is we're just going to stand up at the top of our mat or the back of your mat, whatever is easier for you. And we're going to just do a few strength poses there just to hold it. I'm going to start out by doing half bound lotus. because I feel like this pose gets missed a lot, and it really helps with your inner thigh. So you're going to tuck your right leg in between your left. Sometimes it will completely fit. Twist your right arm behind. If you can't grasp your toe, which I can't, just lean forward and go straight forward and feel the bend in your leg. It's kind of like a triangle. Look and just gaze up at your navel as much as you can. And you're going to feel your left leg elongate, and your right leg is going to feel the stretch. And you're just going to hold it here for a few moments. And you're just going to feel it really stretch out that left leg. But also when you come out of it, new blood flow in the right leg. It's really, truly amazing. Whew. And then you're going to lift your left leg out, set it down. And we're going to do the other side. So shake out your legs. And then you're going to tuck your left leg in between your right. Reach behind, forward fold. And then you can keep like that arm behind if you want. Also, for me, I know one of my legs is a little bit longer than the other, so it might feel a little bit different. While you're holding it, just like focus on your breath work, getting through to the next breath. It truly is such an amazing pose. I love half bound lotus. And then lift it up, lean it down, and then back together. So, and then for next pose, you're standing at the back of your mat. I'm going to take one step forward with my right foot. My left leg is going to be out. It's going to be parallel. We're going to go to a pyramid pose. You're going to clasp your hands behind your back, lean back, and lean over your right leg in front. And feel the stretch in the back of your right leg. This stretch is so incredible. I can't even tell you how amazing it is. It just feels amazing. And it's something that can benefit anybody that needs this stretch feel. So after you hold it for a little bit, and you breathe through the pose, you're going to lean up, and we're going to do the other side. So step your right leg back, step your left leg forward, parallel. Now, if you have to bend your leg to lean forward, just move your stance in closer, because you're really not supposed to bend your leg for this pyramid pose. So lean back and then lean forward over your left leg and feel the stretch. This is amazing. It's kind of like just as amazing as a half bound lotus for me. I know everybody has their own favorite pose. These are like some of my favorite poses. So just because sometimes when you do it, it's like, oh my God, I didn't know how bad I really needed it. And then lean back up, step your feet together, release your hands. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand at the side of my mat, and I'm going to step my right foot out. And then my left hand is going to go overhead. It's going to be a reverse triangle. And then it's going to go right next to my right foot with my right arm to the sky. And I'm going to feel the twist in my lower back. And I'm going to gaze up at my right hand. And this twist is like amazing for your digestive tract and lower back. Just really going to feel it. Hold it for a few moments. And then I'm going to do the opposite and point my left leg toward the front of the room. Lift my right arm overhead and lift my left arm up high. Gaze follows. And this is a reverse triangle on the left side. The twist is so amazing. Can't even tell you. And then stand tall. And then I'm going to go into a Buddha squat and hold it here for a few moments. If you want to challenge yourself some more, lift your heels off the ground while you're in this Buddha squat. And then stand tall, forward fold, half lift. And then I'm going to walk myself to the front of my mat. And then I'm going to sit back on my knees. So I'm just going to do a few more strength poses. And then we can do some last minute poses to end out our practice. If you've made it this far into my Monday morning Vinyasa flow, I commend you, since Monday mornings are crazy, or even if you're watching it another time, I commend you either way, because the hardest part is obviously showing up to your mat or showing up for yourself and focusing on you, which many people forget. You can't really pour as much out if you don't focus on yourself and give into yourself as well. It's kind of intentional, and so many people forget that part of life. So I'm going to start out in a plank pose. So you're going to make sure that you're not sagging and your back is straight and your hands are firmly gripping the ground. And we're just going to hold it here for a few moments. So many people forget the strength or intensity part of push-ups and how incredible they are for building ab strength. I know for me, it's really great because I don't really use a lot of weights, and push-ups are just incredible for building strength. Focus on your breath. If you fall out, just get back in. And then I'm going to go back to a downward dog. And then I'm going to go into a dolphin pose. So in dolphin pose, you put your forearms on the mat. You walk your feet in toward you. And then it's kind of like a little cradle, but your head is not touching. And then you're just going to walk toward you. And it's a lot of stress or pressure on your forearms. And I'm going to lift my right leg to the sky and just hold this pose here for a few moments. It's really building strength in that left leg and forearm strength. It's very challenging, but what isn't challenging in life? You're also building your abs while you're working on this. Now I'm going to switch and lift my left leg to the sky. Hold it here for a few moments. Focus on your breath work and the challenge. Where can you soften in your body to make it not as chaotic? And then put it down and then to a child's pose. So I really like the dolphin pose because it really is like a full body workout. So I'm going to go back into the dolphin pose, and we can try it one more time. If you don't want to, there's always forearm plank or a regular plank. So you're going to walk your feet in, lift your right leg to the sky, hold the pose as follows, and focus inward on your breath work. If you could just hold it for one more breath or 5 more breaths longer. Just don't think beyond that because it makes it seem harder. Focus on the present, the current, just like every day. Now put your right leg down, lift your left leg to the sky, focusing on that breath work. And then back down and child's pose. So we're done with the chaotic poses, of course, and we're just going to focus on some yin poses to end out our practice. Hopefully you're like up, your heart rate is up, and we're just going to bring it back down. And I'm going to start out with I always do the deer pose, but I'm going to start out with a wide leg straddle. And so you basically stretch out your legs as far as they can go. And then you're going to lean forward over your legs. And gravity will do the rest. If this is not in your practice, feel free to lie on your back and do a side twist to either side. This is actually stretching out your thighs. It's pretty great. Now, while you're here in the yin pose at the end of class, remember that yoga is about finding yourself, about focusing on breath work and becoming one with yourself. I know so many times we go through challenges in life and we forget to focus on the small important things in life, or the valuable things we should be grateful for that we have in life, which is our own breath, our own existence, and our own ability to change our mindset. And that really is a gift. We have so many abilities as humans that other creatures do not have. And we also have the ability to neglect these intentional things we have in life. And when we forget the basic things we have in life, it's easy to get lost in other things that are going on outside of the world. In the world, I mean. And for me, it's easy, I know, because I'm a mom and a busy life is always crazy, but sometimes I enjoy chaos. So you just have to remember to reflect inward sometimes and look at those things. So I'm going to lean back up, and I'm going to lean back and do a reverse plank feel to have the blood flow back into your body. And I'm going to sit up. You can do some further stretching if you want to, like the butterfly pose, but allow yourself to have blood flow back in. Whatever stretch is calling to you. So if Kurmasana or any of this is calling to you, do it. So this concludes our practice. I hope you have a great day, and remember to not forget to look inward on yourself.